What's up, everybody? It's your girl, LaRhonda Marie, and I am here for our next segment of What's Going On. Super excited to interview a therapist in the mental health field. She has a lot of background in mental health. I personally, transparency, I had me like a mental health uh, episode yesterday. I felt like, so I know sometimes we can feel the pressure of everything and feel like things can be just coming up around us. So it's so good that mental health is coming a lot. We continue to talk about mental health a lot more than what we used to. And so I'm excited to have this conversation because for as far as for me, it's always good to figure out or have some suggestions on different coping mechanisms on how to just go about your day with the climate of the world today. A lot of things, a lot of things can be going on in that head of yours. So it's always just great to have an avenue. But guys, as you come online, please make sure that you just let me know where you're coming in from. But again, I'm going to wait just a couple of minutes to see if we can get some people on the line. Again, I'm excited to introduce my guest for today. But during this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars. Stars, a digital gift that helps me earn money. We will use our stars to hire more journalists. We will use our stars to just pay more journalists and content creators while supporting Black-owned businesses, hoping to create an ecosystem that brings about success for all involved. If you find value in our content, please tell a friend about us. And don't forget, if you are online, please make sure you hit that share button. The more people that can be a part of the discussion, the better. So if you're ready, give me thumbs up if you're ready. All right, I just got thumbs up. Hey, Danita Mouse, good evening. You're from New Jersey. That's what's up. I'm in Oklahoma City. So how is it in New Jersey? How are you doing, Miss Glendora?
Hi. Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me pretty good?
Great. Yes. Hey, Danita.
Oh, so yes. Please tap in. Let us know where you're from. Trauma University. Oh, I'm gonna love your feedback. If you have anything, listen. The audience is my other special guest. So if you have any questions that I don't cover, feel free. While you got Miss Glendora right here, man, get this free education. Get this free just get these free benefits real quick because a lot of people don't have insurance and so they can't afford to get mental health. They can't get a therapist all the time. So anytime it's something like this, feel free to please give me any questions you may have. Like I said, if I don't cover everything, I don't think I will cover everything. So if you can think of something, please let us know. New Jersey is fine, nice weather out. Hey, Glendora, that's can you see what they're? Can you see?
I can.
Okay, I want to make sure. So, without further ado, I'm just going to give a little background. Miss Glendora Dvine, is it Divine?
Yes.
Okay, good. MALPC is an MDR certified therapist, board certified in Telemental Health since 2014. She's the mental health director of Muscogee County Jail and a dedicated advocate for positive psychology. Since 2021, she has provided continuing education on telemental health, helping professionals build, scale, and grow successful practices. A sought-after speaker at national conferences like GACA, NAADAC, and LPCGA. She will also advocate for positive psychology in Johannesburg, okay, Paris, and Rome in September of 2025. That's going to be awesome.
Yes. I'm excited. I can't wait.
I'll bet, especially if it's all paid for and you get to experience all of that. So, welcome to what's going on. Go ahead and introduce yourself or just say hello to the people.
Hey, professionals. Hey, professionals. What up, though? What up, though? Hey, y'all. Hey, hey, y'all. Hey.
I love that. I love that. Um, And so I'm in Oklahoma City. Where are you? Where are you right now?
I'm coming to you from Columbus, Georgia, just
Columbus, Georgia.
about 2 hours and from Atlanta.
Okay, I'll be in Atlanta next month for the Cowboy Carter experience. So I'm excited to be back in the ATL. So we're just gonna get right to it because it's June for us in Oklahoma City. We have festivities for Juneteenth going on this weekend and next weekend. So your girl is trying to get to the first day. we got some we got some things, and those that are in Oklahoma City, go to Washington Park today. Everything festivity starts at 6 o'clock, I believe, from 6 to 10:45, where they'll have different jazz bands out there. So if you have nothing to do in the Oklahoma City area, definitely get to the east side of Oklahoma City and start celebrating us. Okay.
Yes,
But
yes.
I did want to go ahead and just get started. Can you share what inspired you to enter the field of mental health and how that
Well,
passion has evolved over the years?
well, I always been a person that wanted to help others, so you could say that I'm somebody who always wanted to serve, and how it really has grown or impacted over the years. It's just been more me finding more ways, different ways of how I can serve others, help others live their life to the fullest and not get stuck in lifing. So where I'm at now is actually working with prisoners. People that who are incarcerated. That was a community that I hadn't tapped in, so I was
Mm,
like, well, let me try that. And it's just another area for me to actually show up and remind people that, you are purposeful, you are meant to be somebody that is truly a light to somebody else. So it's always been my I guess you could say, it's just been innate in me to just try and help somebody, not get stuck in life, not go through something that they experience and then feel like they just can't go no further. So I'm always for helping somebody help themselves.
that's
Really, I
good.
am.
The prison system, are you working with female inmates or male inmates or both?
Both,
Oh wow.
both.
Okay.
hmm
What are some of the most impactful lessons you've learned as a mental health director?
as a mental health director, one of the most important things that I think that I have learned so far, I've been in this role for about a little over a year, and I learned that I have to have more boundaries when it comes to me having more empathy with people. I really uh, like to just try and love them and try and help them just stay up, and sometimes that has gotten in the way of me setting a professional boundary with them and just letting them go through what they're going through. And I think that's got to do with me just being just true to who I am and wanting to look out and help somebody else. Again, not be stuck and not sit in the shit
Yeah.
that they're experiencing or they're
Yeah.
going through. So
Yes.
I just want them to see it's another way, it's another um, it's another story. It's another outcome. And so that was been one issue. Haven't been with clients. It just has been in a director role. I'm dealing more a lot with other professionals. So so it really wasn't good. I don't feel like I had a good enough boundary set with some coworkers I met. So that's just been some people I supervise rather. I think that was one of the biggest deals in my life as a director. But it kind of also played off too of me going into coaching. Being a transformational coach, that's what I am. So whereas I did that with therapists, I also, was trying to implement that with the people that I started to serve as staff members. So
Yeah, that was my question was gonna next question was gonna be, what is your leadership style and how has it helped shape the teams you've managed?
you said, what is the leadership style and
What's
what
your
else?
what's your leadership style and how has it helped shape the teams that you manage?
So the transformational part, I always try and make sure that the people that I am supervising, that they understand that there is more, that they can do more. I don't want them to really sit in the space of this is the company and the company is going to carry me through like it did our parents. I want
Mm,
them to always think of, how can you level up? How can you build? How can you scale? And how can you grow even more? Even if you're in this position, what's your next position? What the next
right.
5 years look like? What can you do here? So I'm always trying to be inspirational and motivational and trying to not be a dictator, but actually be a person that bring you strategies and solutions at the same time to help you actually build your life, scale it, or grow it.
I like what Danita is saying. Not getting stuck in lifing. You're purposeful. You're meant to be somebody and a light to someone else. That's so true because sometimes in this world we can forget that.
Yeah.
Especially with the doors closing. And I was saying earlier, I had a moment the other day where I know that I just had to stop sit, and have my cry. I had to have my cry, and I had to take my breath and just sit back and just how can you give people different, like, what type of coping mechanisms do you suggest to your staff to give to the inmates to help them be able to not feel like those walls are closing on them?
So as far as the inmates, we kind of focus on anxiety, depression, and sleep.
Okay.
So those are the main ones that we try and focus on with this dealing with inmates because it's really a transition once
Right.
you come to jail or you go to prison to actually learn how to cope with that life. It's a whole new life.
Right.
And prison is different from jail. So with that, one of the things that I do suggest is what you just said, honor the feelings that you actually have, don't um, second guess them, don't put them off, just actually sit in them.
Right.
Allow yourself to have the feelings that you have. Another one is be mindful of your spirituality. It's time to tap in.
Right.
Another one is to literally deep breathe. A lot of people just don't even understand that it's so much that you can get from slowing your breath down, paying
Mm-hmm.
attention to your breath, and letting your and releasing your breath. So just and another one is stretching. A lot of people complain about, it's so hard to sleep in here. I can't sleep. Well, get your body in a relaxing state by literally stretching and tensing every muscle, then letting it go, or doing stretching exercises before you lay down.
Right.
But the
That's good.
reality of it is, yeah, is that you honestly got to do it. And I tell them all the time that, coping skills work, but you have to practice them. Excuse me, you have to practice them.
That's good.
It's something that, you got to practice them in the moment that you are in need of coping,
Right.
and not just, pushing it to the side. A lot of people will say, well, it just don't work. It don't work. And the reality of it is that it do work. It do work if you practice, if you use it when you need to, when you're feeling sad, when your mind is racing. As far as like even like when your mind is racing, sometimes just pacing. Pacing is a good thing to do. Walking around, that might be a way to soothe yourself, or writing it down, journaling and getting it out of your mind.
I
So it's
love
like
that.
yeah, so and a lot of times I say and write it down, write whatever is going through your mind, whatever your mind is racing about, just write it down. And when you see us, bring it up, let us see it. That hold it for us, but get it out.
Right.
Sometimes in the jail they got the kiosk system where they can reach out to us, and they use that to write it down. And so, but the reality of it is that we just want them to actually um, be self proactive. A lot of people who go to jail or go to prison, they really don't have the ability to self-soothe because they never really tried it. They never really had nobody that taught it to them. So they really are unfamiliar with self-soothing. They're really good with self-medicating,
Yeah.
but not self-soothing. So
Right.
it's like an opportunity for you to actually learn what
Right.
a coping skill is and when to use it and how.
I love how you put it, that we just need to go ahead and own our feelings and
Mhm.
just go ahead and accept them and then go from there instead of just pushing them down. Because I know sometimes I will do that to myself, where I'm just like, okay, I know I'm feeling a certain kind of way, but I'm so used to just going. But it's okay to, yeah, just own those feelings, take that time. So I really like how you put just, own those feelings, because everybody has all of us have weak moments, and it's okay for us to be weak sometime. Okay. And I want everybody to know that. Good afternoon, Miss Elaine Williams. She says she's from Alberta, Alabama. So welcome to the show. If you have any questions, feel free to tap on in, and I will get to those. Miss Danita is taking good notes. I
She
appreciate it.
always do. That's her thing. That's her thing. If y'all don't know, if y'all need somebody to scribe, reach out to Miss Danita Moss,
Boy, she
please.
is on
Plug.
point. Thank you so much. And again, I do want to say again, if you on here, go ahead and hit that share button. As many people that can listen to this conversation, the better. Again, during this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars and digital gifts. That helps us earn money, and we'll use those stars to get more people, more shows like this, more content for you. And if you love what you're seeing, tell a friend about it. And so, I was reading up on, because you had those initials, EMDR. What does it mean to be EMDR certified?
So that's a form of therapy that we where I specialize in trauma. So it's really good to help people who experience trauma or anxiety. It's not talk therapy. I really will recommend that if you are experiencing trauma or you have severe anxiety, that you do look for therapists that do specialize in EMDR. And it's called eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So what we do is help you look at that experience and desensitize it, basically, so you can stop having it as so disturbing as it was when you originally experienced it. It's a good way to help you literally continue to move through life. And sometimes, the reason I became certified in it is because I felt like talk therapy wasn't enough. I wanted to do more. I needed to do more. How can I do more? Because the trauma is a lot. The
Right.
anxiety was a lot. And I just didn't want to keep talking about it. And that's when I was like, okay, well, this is something different. This is a new technique. And let me get into that. So again, it's called EMDR. That's the short version for it, but you can look at it, you can YouTube it, and you can type in EMDR, and you can see what it's really about. And also, again, it's for somebody that experiencing trauma or anxiety for the most part.
Okay. How has being EMDR certified and board certified in telemental health shaped your approach to therapy and training?
All right, so well, EMDR gave me a new way to actually interact with the clients. It gave me a new outlook to really a new resource to bring to them to try and help them overcome what they were experiencing or reach whatever goal they was trying to get to. So that has been very helpful in that way. Also, being EMDR certified as well as being board certified in telemental health, it gave me a new way to build and grow my practice.
Clientele,
So I
yeah.
was able to scale it up based on being certified or specializing in those two areas. Now, telemental health, I've been board certified in that since 2014. So that's been way before COVID. And
Mm-hmm.
what I was able to do with that was turn around and start helping other therapists understand
Mm.
how to use telemental health, how to really tap into it, how to make the most out of it, how to get more money and don't leave money on the table. And actually,
Right.
tomorrow, I actually have a continuing education class that I'll be doing with Georgia Addiction Counseling Association that you guys can register for. It's on my page already, but definitely you can look at Georgia Addiction Counseling Association, and you can actually register for that class tomorrow. Is smart strategies in using telemental health with clients, and the smart strategies is because I wanted you to understand how to keep the clients engaged, how to have a really good rapport, just like they were walking into your office. A lot of times I hear therapists in Facebook groups say, "Well, I just met the client where they at." And what I try and teach you is actually how to scale your practice. And so, in order to scale your practice, you can't meet them where they at. You gotta be ready for them to step up to the plate. When we go into
Mm.
Walmart, we don't meet Walmart where they at. We go in and we follow the rules of Walmart. So I want you to understand that you have a real business, and in order to grow that business, you got to understand smart strategies in order to have people come into and keep coming back into your business to help you grow. So that's what I be doing tomorrow. I'm super excited about
That's
it. It
awesome.
starts at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yay! Mhm.
Wow. Now, is that virtual or in person?
It's virtual, so
Oh, wow.
definitely, it don't matter where you at, you can get
Okay.
in, and, you get all the way from Oklahoma City, you can get in, so it doesn't matter because it's virtual. Just go to gaca.org or Google Georgia Addiction Counseling Association, or check me out on Facebook because I posted it, and definitely when we get off, I'll be posting it again so you guys can find it easily, and click on the link. It's very economical for you guys to join, and I think you get about 6 CEs for it too. So
Okay, cool.
yes, yes,
That's what's up.
yes.
Jamel, welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much. And please like and share this broadcast again. We have Miss Glendora Dvine here giving us a little mental health information. It's never you can never get too much of it. Can we talk about your work advocating for positive psychology internationally?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a speaker and I love to speak. I love to speak about living your best life, and
I love
I
it.
joined several groups, and one group that I am a part of is called Global Women Speakers. And with that being said, I have opportunities to travel the world and speak about what I know, which is positive psychology. So yes, I've been to South Africa, Johannesburg. I spoke at the University of Johannesburg. I spoke
Wow.
in Paris, and now I'm finna head to Rome in September.
Wow.
And I'm super excited about it, the opportunity, because for one, the travel.
Mm-hmm.
For two, it gives me opportunity to talk about what I know and help again inspire and motivate others to actually live their best life and not get stuck in life. So I love the aspect of that. And the other part of it is that I love being around other women that are very influential, very positive, and really looking out for you, want the best for you. So I like being around not just like-minded, but like-hearted
Right.
women. So, and that's what Global Women Speaker is all about. Yes.
All right, guys. Now you see, I have her information. I have Miss Glendora's information right there at the bottom. So if you want to follow her on Facebook, it's under her name, Glendora Divine. Also on Instagram, at Glendora Divine on Instagram. So if you forget all what we're talking about, I'm sure she'll have links somewhere on those pages, and you can find out and get yourself registered for that virtual class as soon as tomorrow. So, what systematic challenges do you believe need urgent attention in mental and behavioral health care, particularly in correctional settings?
So what was some of the challenges you said?
Yes, systematic challenges do you believe? Yes.
So what's some of the challenges that I had? Well, I believe that some of the challenges is the reality that people come into the system, like they go to jail or they go to prison, and they really want like truly mental health services like you get when you're not in prison or you're
Right.
not in jail, and it's not the same. It's
Mm.
totally not the same. Far as the jail, I feel like it's more like a urgent care. So you're gonna go, like we go to the urgent care, it's like a quick fix. Let me give you
Mm-hmm.
this right here, right quick. And it's not too different from when you get to the prison.
Mm.
So that's the one of the biggest challenges. Another biggest challenge is I think that it's not enough of us. It's not enough of us mental health professionals that's trying to sign up to go work there. And I think it's out of the fear of
Fear factor.
the words
Yeah.
jail, prison.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
but the reality of it, once you actually step into the light, and
Mm-hmm.
you will honestly see that it's really good pay. Not only that, it's not as uh challenging as the work that we do in private practice. It's not as challenging as the work that we do in working in a community service board, or working for a, a agency, a counseling agency. It's
Mm-hmm.
not. It's definitely not as grilling as working for when you out there doing counseling for defects, or you're doing counseling for fee for service or core. So it's different. It's totally different. It's really more structured. And they still following the same accreditations that the community service boards are following, or the counseling agencies are following. But it's just, again, we don't put that much time into seeing the people. Is more of an urgent care fix, more so than a long term 1 hour session. We're not doing that.
Which
Mm.
is crazy because the whole point of going to prison or what is to rehabilitate people. And seems like mental health would be the first thing that you would try to tap into when they get there. Like that makes no sense.
Yeah,
Um,
I
so it
understand what
seems
you're
like it
saying,
still should
but
be some
it's
more
it's
money
not
into
it's
that.
not rehabilitation. It's prison. It's jail. It's not
Right.
rehabilitation. So, and that's the difference. So, but and some of them don't have the programs that really is needed. Like, if when I was at the prison, they really didn't focus more on, if they were in the mental health area, then they couldn't have the continuing education, like trying to get your GED stuff. So it was like that you're in a mental health program, so you have to do groups. You have to, go to your counseling sessions, but
Hmm.
yeah, you have to graduate from that and become stable enough to go back into a general population where you can go to substance abuse groups, or and go to the where you can get your education, your GED classes and stuff like that. So it's just different levels that they have for the prisons and the jails, and it's more of like, again, it's, you got to be stable enough in order to attend certain things.
Certain things. That's true. That makes sense too.
Hmm.
I did want to let everybody know, if you are a boss woman, of course, I am a Swag Her magazine correspondent. So if you are in need, if you're a boss lady, if you are a writer, an author, a therapist, if you're needing to just move your business a step forward, jog on over to Swag Her. We have some packages available that can help you get your name out there, and have interviews just like we're doing right now with Miss Glendora, and we can get your face seen a little bit more. So, how has your experience been with Swagger so far?
I'm so glad you asked, because I just wanted to amen everything you were saying. I did. So it has been amazing. I'm gonna tell you, Jamal he's such a delight to work with. Very professional, very respectable. He truly care about what he's doing with the company, where he's at with the company. Is really about mental health. The founder of Swag Her, she is amazing.
Fancy.
Yes, she is truly, she understands mental health. So it's not something that's been, and it's not a company that was created for without somebody who really understands and believes in positive psychology. So that makes a big difference. And they really promote you. They really try and put you out there, and they do have economical prices to help you actually get out there and work with them. So I encourage you, if you are a mental health clinician or just a boss babe,
That's
yes,
it.
reach out to them, join the line, and honestly, that's where I met Trinity Scribes from.
Wow. Well,
Mm-mm-mm. So
we
yes,
well, that's
it's a family
awesome.
affair,
Yes,
and
it
I'm
is.
truly grateful for actually connecting with them, and I have been connected with them for years now. I want to say like 5 or 6. It's
Mm-hmm.
been years. So, and I kind of like took a break to get into the corporate world. And so I just started kind of like popping back up more so on social media. And the title of this is like, what's going on? And that's like perfect because it's like, hey, I've been absent. And Jamal hit me up like, hey, so what's going on? Let's talk about it. I'm like, so be it. Let's do this. Yeah. So yes,
Yes.
definitely I encourage you guys to reach out, have that conversation because this is how you actually make the connections and actually scale your business.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you for that. Look, she gave us a whole commercial, and I didn't even have to. So we appreciate it. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that your experience is great. I love the team that I work with, and so I can definitely amen everything you're saying. One last question before I let you go. Um, what legacy do you hope to leave behind in the mental health field, both locally and globally?
One I had an aunt from Mississippi, and she passed away, and her casket it read, "Let my works speak for me." It said something to that demeanor, and I just said, "Wow, that was just like, I really want that for my life. I want my work to speak for me." So the legacy that I want to leave is the one that truly stands out to say that I really was somebody that wanted to help people, that did help people not be stuck in their life, but keep it moving. They kept it moving. They understood we only have one life. They didn't live and in sorrow. They wasn't out there just existing, but it was out there just truly keeping it moving.
I like your that's your word. That's your phrase right there. Let's keep it moving.
Yes, man. One life lived. Don't just exist.
Listen, that's it. We only have one life. And when you look at it from that standpoint, let's do this. Let's do this. And it's definitely gonna start with being able to recognize when a mental health episode is coming, or you just need to take that time to just, like you said, breathe. Take that
Yeah.
time to just breathe, sit back, and just take in everything. I personally have a lot on my plate, but it's a lot of people that have a lot on their plate. Let me ask you a question. This wasn't even in it. I just thought about it while we've been conversating. Have you had a chance to see the movie, Tyler Perry's newest movie, Straw?
I knew you was about to say that. Actually, I'm gonna I'm gonna watch it today. Honestly, that was my plan for
Girl.
today because I even had a couple people reach out to me and say, "I just want to hear what the therapist had to say about it. I wanted you to chime in on the group," and I haven't. I've seen so many people talking about it, and I'm just kind of one of those people that don't watch TV, but
Mm-hmm.
I had said, you know what, let me go ahead and jump in and see what they're talking about. I think what really got me was I seen the Facebook, they was doing the parents' reactions
Mm.
to a part. I'm like, and everybody was like, and jumping up at the end. So I was like, let me go on to see what they doing. And so
It's
that's
a
my
good
plan today.
good movie. Good, definitely shines the light on just the importance of resources, the importance of mental health.
Well, the funny thing I seen is that they said that what's the name? Taraji
Taraji.
ain't young enough to be called Janaya. I was like, it's like now he could have picked a better name for her because that she ain't even she is too that name that's not the name. I said, I said
Girl,
okay.
well, but I mean, Janaya had her problems, but all of them, even the cop, who's Tiana Taylor, plays her, you could tell that she was going back in her head about it. So you have to see it, but mental health is not just always, well, you can't always see it. You can't
No,
always know that people are going through something like that.
no,
To me, I could tell that that young lady was going through something, but the cop, I couldn't necessarily see that. It was another cop, a male cop. You could tell that he was going through some mess of his own.
that's
You'll
why they
see it.
say be kind to
You
everybody because
have to
you
be.
never know what they're going
Absolutely.
through.
Absolutely. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know when they're on their last straw. Um, And so, and you don't know if they have the coping mechanism to make it through without harming themselves or somebody else. And so
Exactly.
it's so important to just treat people the way you want to be treated. So I did want to I wanted to see if you saw it, because that was
Not
going
yet.
but that's
Not
okay.
yet.
Enjoy it, get you some tissue, because you're gonna need it. I'm a Pisces, so I kind of like to cry and
Yeah,
just
you
be in
do.
that.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
So we can sit in there. We can stop. Be like, shoot, I'm cleansing myself. So anyway, it's been awesome. I hope you enjoy your seminar tomorrow, as
Thank you.
well as the traveling that you have going on
Thank
in
you.
September.
Thank
Keep us
you.
updated.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can get you back on here afterwards to see, just check up on you and see how that went. Did you have anything else that you want to tell the people?
Finally, again, don't forget Trinity Scribes. If you are in business for yourself and you are out here trying to let people know, then please reach out to Trinity Scribes so she can help you out and make sure that people understand what you're saying. Also, do not do not sleep on Swag Her. Do not do that. Go ahead and
Okay.
reach out and make this connection, because this is a connection that you do need in your life if you are
Thank
trying
you.
to build, scale, and grow your business.
Look at you, girl. You is a sound bite for that. You be ready. All right. Well, you have a good rest of your weekend. I'm gonna get to this Juneteenth thing. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. You
Thank
be
you so
blessed.
much.
All right. Bye. All right, everybody. Y'all know I love doing this. I love meeting new people. I love interviewing therapists. This is what I will do for free. And so I appreciate everybody that stopped in to join the conversation again. Miss Danita Mouse, girl, please, if you see me, LaRhonda Marie, just join in and do what you've been doing. That was so cool. Thank you so much. Everybody, you have a blessed weekend, and look in your city to see what's going on in Juneteenth. Get to know the people. Get involved in those festivities. So nothing like Black love, and nothing like being educated about yourself. Okay. Well, you guys have a blessed day. I'm out.